What's going on, guys? FadeitLuie here, bringing you guys a brand new video. We're gonna be doing a mid fade on my boy, so stay tuned. We started off with our GoToFX, creating our first guideline, contouring to his head shape. You always want to make sure you contour your first guideline to their head shape so the fade can flow better. Now that we're done balding them out, we can move on to our foreguard all the way closed and debulk the top. Now that we're done debulking the top with our foreguard, we can move on to our no guard all the way open and create our second guideline. You want to make sure you make this guideline around 1 inch thick so you can spread the blend. Now that we're done setting in our second guideline, we can move on to the one guard all the way open and create our third guideline. We are stacking our guards, so make sure you go right above it. Now that we're done setting in our first 3 guidelines, we can move back to our no guard all the way open and slightly close the lever to help us remove our initial guideline. It's always best to stretch the skin with your opposite hand to give you more room to blend. Now that we're done erasing our initial guideline, we can move on to the one guard all the way closed and begin to erase our third guideline. Using the one guard all the way closed and midway will help you soften up this line and get it ready for the half guard. Now that we're done softening up the line with the one guard, we can move on to the half guard and erase the line completely. This is going to connect the one guard all the way open to the no guard all the way open. I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you. Moving on to our 2 guard all the way open, we're going to create our 4th guideline. This is going to help us blend into the bulk. We're also going to use this same guard and the lever to soften up the line and get it ready for the 1.5 guard. Now that we're done softening up the line with the 2 guard, we can move on to the 1.5 guard and erase the line completely. Sometimes there's still a faint line after using your 1.5 guard, so moving on to your 1 guard all the way open and using its corners will definitely help. Now we're moving on to our 3 guard all the way open, and this is going to smooth out the parietal ridge area, and this is going to help us blend into the 4 on top. Here we're detailing with our no guard all the way open and using our corners. Here we're detailing as much as possible with our no guard all the way open and our 1.5 guard all the way open. Using the one guard all the way open to detail is very important, especially when you use the corners. Now we're heading back to a 4 guard all the way closed, and we're gonna make sure everything's nice and even on the top. We're also gonna run over the parietal ridge area just to make sure it's nice and smooth and that no hairs are sticking out. Here we're using our previous guards to detail as much as possible using our corners. Moving on to the back side, we're starting off with our no guard all the way open, creating our second guideline. We're then going to slightly close the lever and blend out our initial guideline. Now that we're done erasing our initial guideline, we can move on to the 1 guard all the way open and create our third guideline. Again, we are near the occipital bone, so you want to be careful and make sure you detail as much as possible. The reason why you gotta spend more time here near the occipital bone because the hair is more dense, and also the occipital bone does make some spots look a little bit darker than they actually are. Now that the line is soft enough with the 1 guard, we can move on to the half guard and erase the line completely. We are using its corners as much as possible just to detail. Moving on to our 2 guard all the way open, we're creating our 4th guideline, and this is right above the occipital bone. We're going to use this same guard and the lever to soften up the line and get it ready for the 1.5 guard. Since we're done softening up the line, we can move on to the 1.5 guard and erase the line completely. Now we're moving on to the 3 guard all the way open, and again we're going to smooth out the parietal ridge and then blend into the 4 guard on top. Moving on to the hairline, we're going to use our Gold FX to make them as crispy as possible. We're again going to start off at the middle and work our way to the sides. He does have a little bit of a widow's peak, so we're going to make sure we push it back just a little bit, but not too much where it looks crazy. His hair does go to the side and curls, so you want to make sure you're hitting it at a certain angle and certain way that the hair feeds into the trimmer without you pressing too hard. Moving on to his sideburns, we're starting off with our no guard all the way open, and we're going to create our first guideline, slightly closing the lever, erasing our initial guideline. We're then going to use the 1 guard all the way open to create our third guideline and also blend into the 1.5 guard. Now we're using the 1.5 guard to help us blend into the 2 guard all the way open. Heading on over to the neckline, you want to make sure not to press too hard because you could bite them with the teeth of the trimmer because the skin area is very thin. And the blade glide a little bit easier. When you're using the razor, you want to stretch the skin as much as possible and keep the razor at a 45-degree angle, because if not, you have a higher chance of cutting them. Also, if the client could take against the grain, you want to make sure you do go against the grain because it will make the lineups pop a little bit more. Again, I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe is greatly appreciated. Also, if you made it this far into the video, please leave a comment down below. I'm 100% gonna reply to it. This is a little test to see who's actually watching the video full out and through. Drop a comment of my subscriber count down below. I want to see what happens.